Welcome to the Clouded Out audio blog. May's job report recently came out and has indicated a drop in unemployment. We have reached pre-2000 levels and are nearing a 50-year low. There's been quite a bit of drama surrounding the release of the report, so let's go ahead and jump on in and see what all the fuss is about. Let's go ahead and start with a quick and dirty overview of the employment situation for May of 2018, aka the jobs numbers. The month of May surpassed the economist's forecast of 190,000 new jobs, and instead brought 223,000 new jobs, bringing the unemployment rate down to 3.8%. This is the lowest unemployment rate since April of 2000, which was at 3.9%. The last time unemployment was below 3.8 was in 1969, when Nixon took office at 3.5%. Furthermore, May marked a record 92nd straight month of job growth in the United States. But of course, these jobs numbers couldn't have come out with a little bit of Trump criticism and Twitter blowing up. Much criticism of Trump was stirred when he took to Twitter, indicating how he was looking forward to seeing the jobs numbers released. Many, such as CNBC's John Harwood and Obama Council of Economic Advisors Chairman Jason Furman, shunned his actions with a collective face-palming feeling as he had disseminated market-moving information. He did not actually preview any explicit details, but market forces definitely took hint of a positive job numbers regardless. On the day of release, Donald Trump took to Twitter saying, "Looking forward to seeing the employment numbers at 8:30 this morning." John Harwood followed with, "The president gets the numbers ahead of time with the expectation they will not prematurely disseminate market-moving information." Jason Furman soon followed after that, "You should have gotten the unemployment numbers from the Council of Economic Advisors yesterday. And if this tweet is conveying inside information about a particularly good jobs number, you should never get them in advance from the Council of Economic Advisors again." According to Quincy Crosby, chief market strategist at Prudential Financial, told the New York Post that Trump's tweet suggested this was going to be a strong number and the 10-year Treasury jumped. And indeed, the 10-year Treasury did in fact jump. Just after President Trump's tweet hit the internet, a sell-off began, pushing the yield on the 10-year note from 2.8876 at the time of Trump's tweet to 2.8913 at 7/24, as traders left their safe haven play in favor of riskier assets such as stocks, which also moved upward. When the actual numbers were released, the yield had spiked to 2.9186. Despite the market fluctuations and the congratulatory salutes, of which both Obama and Trump partially deserve credit, unemployment is far from the only indicator of economic growth, as was seen in the unemployment analysis of the Great Recession article previously written. Yes, unemployment was slowly declining under Obama as well, and Trump had maintained and even spurred further lowering of the unemployment. But that is beside the fact. One is simply giving credit where credit is due. So what consequences arise because of this unemployment? There are many other factors to consider besides unemployment when analyzing the job market as a whole. Is unemployment too low? As was explored in the Types of Economics series, The Modern Theories, article which was also previously written here on Cloud of Doubt, Milton Friedman theorized on the natural rate of unemployment. While Friedman is known for many theories of which contributed to his Nobel Prize in economics, his development of the concept of the natural rate of unemployment was cited as the main motivation behind that award. In short, the natural rate of unemployment when an economy is in a steady state of full employment is the proportion of the workforce who are unemployed. Put another way, this concept clarifies that the economic term full employment does not mean zero unemployment. The reasoning behind this theory is that even in a healthy economy, there should always be a natural rate of unemployment. This rate of unemployment is attributed to people moving before they get a new job, they are getting retrained for a better job, or they have just started looking for work and are waiting until they find just the right job. Even unemployment rates of 4% make it difficult for companies to expand because they have a hard time finding good workers. It is logical to gesture that when unemployment gets low enough, companies will likely raise wages for those jobs that they need to be filled in order to attract more workers. However, if there is a void in the employment market, especially when seeking employees with specific qualifications or skills, the wages may increase, but the desired employee is still nowhere to be found. If the wage becomes too attractive, they will simply be pulling employees from one company to another, filling one job spot while leaving another vacant. But also don't forget that Fed interest rate hikes are still likely. At the news of reduced unemployment, the Fed continues to affirm that they plan to increase interest rates for the second time this year. Furthermore, traders continue to double down on this news, funneling money into assets other than U.S. Treasuries in which to make more gains. With interest rates increasing, the effects on consumers are such that they are likely to be paying more on their accumulated debt since the ending of the Great Recession. The consequences of cheap money are going to come home to roost on the backs of the consumers. But what about wage growth? Many articles have been floating around touting a wage growth of 2.7%. However, this statistic is a little bit misleading. What many fail to proclaim is the fact that the 2.7% increase is in the annual wage growth, not the monthly wage growth. This is important because the May wage growth was really only about 0.1%, which accounts for approximately 8 cents on the dollar in average hourly earnings. The jobs report states explicitly, in May, average hourly earnings of all employees on private, non-farm payrolls rose by 8 cents to $26.92. Over the year, average hourly earnings have increased by a total of 71 cents, or 2.7%. Average hourly earnings of private sector production and non-supervisory employees increased by 7 cents to $22.59 in May. Wage growth has been depressing and sluggish for most of the economic recovery. Needless to say, the wages have failed to keep up with the growing inflation and consumer price index values, leaving consumers and workers with less purchasing power than that in the past. On a positive note, because wages haven't substantially increased, this means that the Federal Reserve can slowly raise the interest rates at a drip pace, instead of needing to aggressively raise it. The Keynesians have a horrid balancing act to perform in order to keep things stable. But how does part-time employment and participation look? While the United States experiences some of the most available jobs in recent history, the number of persons employed part-time for economic reasons, sometimes referred to as involuntary part-time workers, was essentially unchanged at 4.9 million in May. These individuals who would have preferred full-time employment were working part-time because their hours had been reduced, or they were unable to find full-time jobs. So is this due to the lack of qualifications or skills on the workers' side? Is it due to the mandatory insurance costs on the employers to offer health coverage to full-time employees? If all of these jobs exist, why can they not be filled? Furthermore, according to Business Insider, the United States is still failing to return to pre-recession levels in regards to the labor force participation. Many working-age people are on the sidelines in the job market. The labor force participation rate inched down to 62.7% from 62.8% in April. Though more people joined the workforce in the first quarter of 2018 than in the first quarter of 2017, the share of prime-age workers who are employed still hasn't returned to pre-recession levels. Also keep in mind that with the redefining of the guidelines for unemployment, such that it's no longer taking into consideration those who wish to work but cannot find a job, it may appear that the U.S. economy is doing well. However, there are swaths of people looking for a job and/or full employment, which are still unaccounted for. Those who are working are not receiving the wages that compete with the increased cost of living. While one statistic may ring true and signal an overall benefit, it is crucial to look at the entire layout of the workforce statistics. Unemployment is only one statistic, and that of the overview of the whole job market. It is imperative to take into consideration other key components such as wage growth, inflation, gross domestic product, and labor force participation to receive an accurate representation of the market as a whole. So tell us down in the comments below, how do you feel about the job market? Are you having to work a part-time job, or did you actually find full employment that pays well? As always, we appreciate your time you spent here at Cloud of Doubt, and we hope that we're providing content that you like and enjoy. Stay tuned for the next audio blog, and until then, have a great day. You can read this article, along with many others, as well as see their sources on cloudofdoubt.com. To be notified of our blog posts, you can subscribe on cloudofdoubt.com, or you can follow us on a variety of other social media platforms, such as Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, and Minds.com. The links are down below in the video description. If you have any comments about this video, comment below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you would like to be notified when new videos are posted, please subscribe and enable notifications. All of this helps YouTube know that this is quality content that you like and enjoy, and it will recommend videos like these to viewers like you. Stay tuned for the next video, and we look forward to seeing and hearing from you in the future. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay informed.